Facebook, what's up? IG, what's going on? YouTube, hello, hello, hello. All right, y'all. So, hey, I missed you guys. I've missed you guys. It has been a minute. A lot has been going on. Um, been doing a lot, but we are back. Tonight is our first night back in several weeks. Hope you guys had a great holiday. Hope you guys had a great Thanksgiving, enjoyed time with your family and your people, or whatever you chose to do, whether you took it as a time to relax and rest and rejuvenate. That's great as well. All right, so we are going to get started. We're going to get started. Appreciate you guys being taking the time to join, listen in, whatever you're doing, whether you're here right now when I got started, but y'all know, or you listening later, but y'all know how I do. I am always going to make sure everything is posted live for you to be able to go back and reference to and watch and give your input and all that good stuff, right? So we are posted here. We're posted here. We're on Facebook. We're on IG. We're on YouTube. The YouTube page, the Facebook page has been around a lot longer than the other platforms, but they are still here. So we're gonna get started because I missed you guys. Um, miss being here on Thursdays. Miss having some live discussions. So again, whether you are here now or you're coming on later and you're going to watch, please make sure you comment, you share, and subscribe to that YouTube channel. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel. All right. All right. So I don't necessarily know who's on right now. I see someone popping up. When you get on, y'all, shout, say hello, hello. Again, even if you're watching later, a rebroadcast or watching it posted on YouTube or wherever, just, type in the chat. Let me know you came by, you came through. So we're going to get started on our topic. So let me say this. Oh, let me remember because it's been a minute. Let me remember. Hi, I'm Donna. What's up, y'all? What's up? Welcome to the Real Life Relationship Growth Experience. Welcome to the Real Life Relationship Growth meet up, get together, chat it up, family time, however we want to say it. We're saying it this way. We're saying it this way. Um, I hope you guys had a wonderful, wonderful week. I hope you guys had a wonderful week. I know it's Thursday. I know there's one more day to go. One more day to go. I got a Facebook user that said, hey, Facebook user. Remember, Restream, guys, is just going to say Facebook user. And then it's going to say YouTube guest. But if you comment over here on the Facebook, I'll see it. I'll see it. So I'm not sure who said hello. I'm not ignoring you. I apologize. I see two people. You guys are coming up and joining. So hey, everyone who has joined. Hey, everyone who has joined. All right. So I am Donna. I am, guys, listen, I am not a relationship expert. I am not. I'm just a black woman in this life doing the damn thing and enjoying myself in the process. That is who I am. I have been through some experiences, whether good or bad, some things that I can share with you. You have been through some experiences in life, good or bad, that you can share. And that's what we're here for. The Real Life Relationship Growth family is here to not tell you what relationships, but maybe give some ideas and some thoughts that'll give you a different perspective on looking at certain things, or looking at things a certain way. All right. That is what we are here for. That is what we are here for. We may not always agree. We come from different backgrounds, different situations in life, all of that. But let me get something from you that I can use. And I hope you get something from me and from everyone who takes part, right? So, this is the criteria for you to be a part of this family. Y'all ready? You have to be single, dating, courting, engaged, married, divorced, or a widower. That is the criteria for you to be a part of this family. If you are an adult and you fall in any of those categories, you in the right place. You in the right space. Because we come here to work on things and help one another. We have some laughs, we have some good times, we have some cries, we have some tears. We have all of that. All of that is what goes on here. But at the end of the day, my hope and prayer is Q. Hey, girl. Hey, babe. My hope and my prayer is that your relationships, whether they're with your parents, siblings, um, husband, wife, boyfriend, girlfriend, um, any of that, are in better places. And we're working together to communicate in better ways and be more understanding and focused. That's what it is. That's what we're here for, because we can't live this life without each other. We can't live it without each other. All right. All right. So let's get started. Let's get started. Y'all, even though I have not been here, I have to say that um even though we've missed a few meetups, I have to say that I am still getting inbox and text and all kind of things from the brothers. The ladies, y'all kind of quiet as kept. Y'all comment on the page, but the brothers are sending the material. Like, hey, Donna, I just got one yesterday, and I'm gonna have to put it in the of things to come, because a brother sent me a post yesterday. He sent a video. And speaking of, you guys can post to the page. You guys can post to the Facebook page. When you post to the page, it does have to go through me. I have to kind of look at it to make sure, because what we do not do here is we don't bash one another. We don't have male bashing. We don't have female bashing. We're here to uplift and build. Now, we have some jokes here and there. And if you're offended by the jokes, my apologies. Everyone's sense of humor is not the same. But please know that we are not here to tear one another down. Point blank, period. So you guys can post to the page. Hey, sis. You guys can post to the page. You can make comments. Again, I have about 22 perspective posts to the page right now in the queue. I have not had a chance to really look at and approve. And also, I try to limit as much as I can on the page that I put on the page, so we won't get like bogged down and you miss something. All right, so speaking of missing something, let's get started with this thing. As y'all can see, we got a reminder at the bottom. I'm going to remove that because it'll come back up. We're here second and fourth Thursday of every month. Second and fourth Thursday of every month. All right. All right. So here we go. I saw this. Come on, work with me. Restream. Thank you. I saw this topic. Well, I saw this meme. I saw this picture, right? Going through my thread on Facebook. And again, these topics be hitting me like, whoa, let me see where that one goes. Because I like to deal with things that are prevalent, that's going on like right now, that people are talking about. And I believe the last meetup we had, we were talking about somewhat to the effect of the young lady and the list that they had and all of that, right? So when I saw this one, I was like, yo, we have to do that one. We have to do that one. We have a topic waiting in the queue that I need to do next, because I promised this brother that I was going to do his topic, and I'm going to let him know. So when it's time to do it, you guys will know, and we're going to do his topic. But tonight, this is what we are hitting on. Hey, Terry. Hey, Miss Tony. What's up, lady? Hey, ladies. So this is our topic tonight, y'all. This is our topic tonight. The topic, half. The topic is half. Let me tell you where half came from. Got to show you guys this picture so y'all get what I'm talking about, where it came from. This is what I saw. This is what I saw. It says this could have been us, but you didn't want to pay half. Now, IG, excuse me, IG, I know you guys can't see that. So, let me be clear that if you're on IG, you can definitely go over to Facebook or YouTube. You can go over to YouTube. The Restream platform will not let me add IG. But this is what we're talking about, IG. Okay, just a snippet. Just want to show y'all real quick because I don't want y'all to feel left out. But it said this could have been us, but you didn't want to pay half. And the young lady is looking at the picture of the brother on the computer, the brother, and he's with another woman, and he's kissing her, and he's holding up the passport. He's holding up the passport. So, y'all, of course, y'all know I don't like to do these things by myself. I love to have different perspectives. Male, female. That's what this is about. It's about both understanding one another, In this arena, this aspect, talking tonight. Derek, what's up, Derek? Hey, talking tonight. This one is a male, female perspective. So what I am going to do, I'm going to bring this brother on. You guys have seen him before. Excuse me. He has been a part of our lives and our discussions and our convos. And he is always ready to join the conversation. And I really, really love and appreciate that. Now, some of the other brothers have said, hey, I want to come on. Let me know. Sirs, when I call you and let you know it's time, you can't be giving all them excuses. And I get some people are camera shy, but we all family here. So I'm going to bring my cousin Cortland on the screen. I'm gonna bring him up here. Let me move this out of the way. In feedback, cuzzo.
Hello, everybody. First of all, I'm just gonna go ahead and first of all, my name is It's Bob. Let me go ahead and get that out the way. Introduce myself when you walk into somebody else's house. How y'all doing? You know what I'm saying? How you doing, DJ? I'm well as
Name is
well.
not Bob,
Let me act like
y'all.
I've been raised. But I'm gonna ruffle some feathers. Maybe the reason why the ladies are not sending you um suggestions is because they think everything is okay.
Oh
Maybe the reason the
wow.
men are sending you suggestions is because everything is not okay.
Oh
I'm just
wow.
ruffling
Y'all
feathers.
see why?
I know it's early,
Yeah.
but I'm just ruffling feathers.
Yeah. Y'all see why I love to have both perspectives? Cousin, I'm hearing myself. Are you able to, I don't know. I'm hearing myself on your end. It's not bad. So it may be okay. So ladies, did y'all hear that? Again, this is why I love to have both perspectives. I love doing this, and sometimes I'm solo dolo on this screen, and I don't mind. But when you can have someone opposite bring in their thought process, this is how we do. This is the best. He said, say that again. Say that again, Cortland.
I'm just saying, first of all, let me acknowledge the cuzzo that said, hey, cuzzo. Uh, uh, but what I said was maybe the reason that I'm going to look right at the camera because I want y'all to understand what I'm saying. Let me make eye contact. Maybe the ladies are not
Mm-hmm.
sending suggestions because y'all feel like everything is all right. And the men are sending suggestions because they're like, everything ain't all right. I'm just ruffling feathers. I know it's early, but I just want to get y'all juices flowing.
Ah, yeah. Let me. I'm sorry. I'm moving the shirts around a little bit. Just FYI, real life relationship growth, uh, t-shirts. Y'all definitely.
I'm like the
Um,
host is a little bothered over there. I don't want to start
d-
nothing,
uh, what it is? I,
but
I
you know
I
when they say you
interrupted
can't
you a
sit
little bit.
still.
Yeah, I gotta squirm around a little bit. Now I'm gonna tell you why you ruffling feathers, sir. Um, Me personally, I don't believe that. I don't believe that that the ladies are feeling and thinking everything is okay. But I can respect what you're saying. I can respect what you're saying because women tend to be more vocal and have more to say when it comes to communication. Men have kind of been trained and taught to hold it, don't say it, don't cry, don't, so it's very, very possible. It's very, very possible. So before you dig too deep, hey Rod, before you dig too deep, Cortland, sir, let's dissect this picture right here. We got to take this picture right here. Where is it? Where's my picture? Where did it go? We
You talking about half?
we gotta dissect this picture. So y'all, just to let y'all know, my cousin and I, we talk all the time. We talk all the time. And I love to hear his take and his input when it comes down to relationships. When it comes down to relationships. And especially being that I have been married. He has not. And coming from a male perspective of not being married, having been married, that's two things that's in his favor, I think. And I never told you this, sir, but let me tell you what two things I feel are in your favor. For one, being that you have not been married, that means as a man, as a God-fearing man that I know you are, you're still preparing yourself. Which means that you're listening, you're learning, you're taking it all in because you're ready to put it out. You're ready to give it. You're ready to give it. Hey, Kevin. What's up, Kev? The other is because you're a single man and you have not been married, you're taking it in, you're growing, you're learning, you're listening, you're watching the mistakes that have happened with others, and you saying, yo, when it's my time, I'm not going that direction. I'm not doing that. I think that's a plus. The second part of that is that's a plus, is because of all the things you're watching and seeing and you're taking in, that lady, that woman who's going to come along and get all of that, I'm excited. Like, I ain't gonna lie. I'm excited about that. Because this brother has a wealth of knowledge. Not even, I hear the feedback on your end. Yeah, Cola, we hearing the feedback. It's something. Because my volume is down. But I didn't hear it till I brought you on. Let me check something real quick.
Okay.
All right. So yeah, there's no feedback there. Okay, let's try it. Yeah, it's feedback when I add you on.
I'm not sure. What is it doing?
I can hear myself, and Tony just said she hears feedback. So once I say, do you have me? Do you have two devices up?
No, you're going through my computer speakers, so that might be what it is. But
yeah, she said there's an echo.
Hold on, let me find my headphones. I gotta figure out where I put them.
Okay.
All right.
That might help. Okay. So why this jewel of a man is finding his headphones? Y'all, I'm putting that plug in. He is not just my cousin. And I love him dearly. But a man of God, a man that's the advice that I get from him, and him not even having a wife, have had a wife or whatever, he's getting it. He gets it. He gets it. Not saying, brothers, those of you who have had a wife or are married now, don't have that that knowledge and have learned and this and learn those things within your bounds of your relationship and putting that out. Not saying that y'all haven't, but I'm giving a plug for my cousin. All right, y'all. So while he's getting himself straight, the picture clearly shows. The picture clearly shows. Come on, picture. It's showing. This could have been us. This could have been us. But you didn't want to pay half. Huh. You know what? I can always count on Kevin. I can always count on Kev. And y'all know I gotta put my glasses on, y'all. I'm not gonna sit up here and act brand new. Kevin, let me put. Here we go. Here we go. Let me put my glasses on because 51 be 51ing on these eyes. 51 be 51ing. All right, let's see. And it's dirty. Come on, y'all. Give me a break. All right. Kevin said, I think the picture represents that she didn't want to share her finances and build together. He then meets a woman that shares, and as a result, he is traveling places with the new lady. Remorse mixed with anger. Remorse mixed with anger. These are a little bit better. I'm going to do these, y'all. I'm going to do these. Remorse mixed with anger. That's what Kevin is saying. The picture is stating to him. The picture stating to him. Y'all give me y'all look. Y'all got to give me y'all feedback on it because y'all already know. I'm going to post. And I always like for things to take a broad travel. That's going to bring us back. That's going to bring us back. My take on this picture, I saw this, Bridget actually made a comment, and I hope Bridget gets on tonight. But y'all, let me read the comment. Claudia says she agrees with Kevin. Let me read the comment that Miss Bridget said. And I have to go to let me go to the comment section of where I first posted this, because I want y'all to get the perspectives that are coming from this in y'all comments. Okay. So Bridget was one of our top contributors. So thank you for that, Bridget. I'm sorry. Let me move this out the way. All right. Bridget said half. If the man is really interested in me, he wouldn't even ask. And if that's his only reason for wanting to be with me, is so I can go half on a trip, then he really didn't love me. I'm only looking for serious interest only. That is what Bridget commented. Only looking for serious interest only. So she feels like if the brother was really about her and not what she could bring, then this wouldn't have been a problem. This wouldn't have been a problem. That was Bridget's take on it. It wouldn't have been a problem. When I saw this, y'all, and Bob needs to hurry up. When I saw this thing hit me in a different way. I looked beyond, actually, for in my thing, my thought, my feeling. I looked beyond just what the surface level of it said. So what I saw in this picture, this could have been us, but you didn't want to pay half. Of course, to me, this isn't a instant. This isn't a we went to dinner and you didn't want to pay half. Now all of a sudden I'm on this trip with a passport. This to me looks like a buildup of time over time. A buildup over time. And the buildup over time is pretty much saying, from the brother, he's saying, she didn't want to go in. She didn't want to be a part of the team. She wanted him to foot everything, to handle everything, to take care of everything, and feel like she doesn't have to do that. And it appears that this brother kind of got tired of that and made a decision and made it, hey, Monica, and made a decision that he was going to move on. He was going to move on. Hey, you back. Cortland, can you hear me? Can't hear you.
Can you hear me?
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yep. Oh, that's better.
Right, there we go. Am I feeding? Am I feeding? Am I feeding?
Yep, that's better. That's better than I said. Monica, miss you too, baby. I think about y'all often. You got to bring the girls by. You got to bring the girls by. Okay. So I was saying, Cortland, that for me, what this picture is stating is that this was a process of over time. It wasn't a just jump into, she wouldn't go half, so he done moved on. She, that Kevin said, Donna, you are spot on. Yeah, it looks like to me that she just wasn't a team player. And because she wasn't a team player, this brother decided he was going to move on. And now he's with someone who obviously understands the concept of being a team player. Of
right.
Being a team player.
Right.
Mm-hmm. But
the first thing
before
we
go ahead. Sorry.
The first thing I noticed, just off the picture alone, is that why is she crying when she sees him with somebody else? If she was standing firm on what she was standing firm on, because I'm assuming per the post that she was standing firm on, no, I'm not in the pay to go on a trip with you. If you want me to go, you gonna handle it all. And so now she see him on a trip enjoying himself with somebody else, so she's crying. Why are we crying? That's what you wanted, right? So I'm just going based off what the artwork is showing. You see what I'm saying? And I think a lot of people, not just women, I think a lot of people put themselves in this situation. You know what I'm saying? They expect these expectations or their partner to do certain things that they fantasize in their head, or they've seen somebody else reap the benefits of, that they feel like they should be getting as well. And they end up missing out on a really good situation because they don't want to get out of their own
way. So Cortland and I were discussing earlier about kind of getting to this point. So I want to kind of repeat what we were talking about earlier. So you made a comment earlier and you said you feel like some women don't like to come in and be equal. Is you remember what you were saying earlier as far as being on equal terms, not evil, excuse me, equal terms?
So to me, I think it's definitely way deeper than money. And I think the money is what gets highlighted, and I think the rest of it gets lost in translation. Right? So it's like when a man is pursuing a woman, initially out the gate, it's our job as I'm gonna call it hunters, but you know what I'm saying, it's our job as seekers, let's just say that, as pursuers, to be able to, pursue a woman, let her know that we're interested, you know what I'm saying, wine and dine, as they say, and do all the little intricate things to make her feel like, okay, this brother, I'm really important in his life, right?
Mm-hmm.
My issue comes in once the ice is broke, it's fair game.
Mm-hmm.
At least in my book. Once the ice is broke, it's fair game. If you want to treat your man to this, by all means, you should be allowed to do that, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? If your man is, and my issue is what I was telling DJ is, I think that sometimes women expect men to, hold on. Excuse me, I'm so sorry.
Bless you.
Women expect men to go 100%, right? In
that's
a relationship. Do all the honey-do lists. You know what I'm saying? Be ready to take her on 50 million dates. You know what I'm saying? Be there whenever she needs to talk, or whenever she's going through something, or whenever she's dealing with something. You know what I'm saying? Just all the things that you would expect a husband to do. And 9 times out of 10, most men are going to do that, especially if they're feeling this woman and they feel like this woman is a next level woman. Like this woman, she can catch the last name. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But then women want to hold. I see the comments come in. Woo, they're coming in. The women want to hold about 25%, about 25% of what they got. They want to hold it back because they're like, well, he ain't taking me to the next level yet, so I'm not going to give him that other 25%. And that's the part that I'm like, okay, you know what I'm saying? Can we get some equal footing on that? Because if I'm giving you 100% of me, then I think it's only right that I should get 100% of you back in return, right? And I know the people are like, well, I've been burned, and I've been burned too. So
Mm.
whatever you're expecting from me, I just want that same thing in return. That's all I'm saying.
So let's back up just a little bit. And I agree with you on giving and return, giving and receiving. I back up. So let's back up a little bit. We talked about earlier, y'all. Cortland and I talked about earlier.
Oh, look, let me preface. We weren't cheating to get the conversation. We was actually talking about something totally different, and it just kind of merged. And
Yeah,
we was like, you
yeah.
know what?
Which is great.
Let's save
Which is
this.
great.
I don't want y'all to think we was pre-gaming out here.
Which is great. Which is great. No, we gotta prep. You gotta prep. You can't just come over here shooting from the hip all the time. It'll go that direction. But yeah, when we were talking earlier, it really had nothing to do with this topic. But like he said, it kind of merged in. It kind of came. So this is kind of how the conversation went. I'm paraphrasing. Based on what Cortland was saying, based on what he was saying, is why is it that women feel like that they don't have to really give much? That this man is supposed to go in 100% and give, and she's just supposed to receive. So I made the example, y'all. I made the example of a gardener, a planter, someone growing stuff, right? So I said, the first thing the man has to do, and I'm gonna do this quick because I'm missing y'all comments. I want to come back to y'all comments. The first thing the man has to do, speaking on this, in this direction, the first thing the man has to do is till the soil. He tills the soil, he prepares the soil, right? That means he shows interest. He says he's interested. He lets you know he's interested. He tells you that. He's preparing the ground. And then he plants the seed. When a gardener's gardening and he wants to grow something, he has to till the soil, prepare the soil. Then he puts the seed in the ground. And when he puts the seed in the ground, he has to do something in order for this seed, for him to reap something from this seed. So the planter tills the soil, puts a seed in the ground. He has to water that seed. He has to give that seed the appropriate amount of sunlight. He has to prune it. He has to do all these things. And then once he does see those things happen, hey Tremaine, he will reap the benefit of what he planted. He will start seeing it sprout. He will start seeing leaves come up. He will start seeing it grow tall. And it's growing to give back to him. So whatever he planted, he's going to receive and get the benefits of that. And we put that in the perspective. I put that in the perspective of dating and getting to the point where we're talking about this 100% that this man is giving, and this half that this woman is giving, or not even up to that 100%. First of all, let me say this. I don't think a man should give 100% out the gate. I don't think that at all. I don't believe that at all. I believe that men should feel just as wanted and needed and all of that as a woman should. But I want to feel and know that you are pursuing, that you are trying to grow something with me. And before you can receive, I did a comparison. The man is the planter, the woman is the seed. Before you see anything coming from that seed, before you see anything coming from what you put in the ground, you got to do some stuff. And what the seed does is the seed reciprocates what the planter it has done. Let me read some comments real quick because I don't want to miss y'all. I've already missed some. Claudette said, when you build together, you heal together. You go on a journey together in life. Mona K said, right, but what have she done to earn that? Well, that's right. We're talking about earning. I mean, it's earning. It's earning. Claudette said, equal can mean you stay home, take care of you both. He goes out and takes care of you both. So Claudette, I hear what you're saying, but remember the picture. They definitely weren't in a marital situation. Oh, they could have been. Let me not say that. They could have been dating and she didn't give enough, or they could have been married. So let me not say that. My apologies. Kevin said, some folks tend to overvalue their position. They think that the other person can't and won't leave them. Entering a relationship full of the me and ignoring the us leads to unreasonable expectations and conditional relationship contribute. Ooh, I like that. Some people do overvalue themselves. You value yourself, but let's be careful. Kiana said, in relationships, it's not going to always be half. Whether that may be emotionally, sexually, mentally, even spiritually. When you're with someone, there will be times when your person is only given 25%. You may have to put up the other percent so your relationship can be successful. We have to remember we are all human. Yes, ma'am. Claudette said, when a man plants and produces, his woman can prepare what he plants. They both enjoy the till equally. They both enjoy the till equally. Yeah. But wait a minute. Not talking about what the man plants. We talking about the man is planting, the woman is the seed. That was the example that I gave. That before he can get anything from that seed that he planted, that he caught his attention, caught his eye, whatever it was that got them in a place together, she caught his attention, and now he's saying, hey, I want to pursue you. I want to build something here. So people get into this thing also of feeling like, just because I'm taking you out to dinner, just because I bought you some flowers, just because I'm calling or whatever, then there's this level of expectation that this requires much more than it's been given. I personally, as a woman, and Cortland, we were talking about this earlier as well. Women, the way we look at things, you have to earn, yes. And we have to be careful how quickly we walk into something. We have to be careful how quickly we walk into something. Because the way women are built and the way men are built, I've been around long enough, and y'all ladies tell me if y'all agree. Fellas, y'all tell me if y'all agree as well. When y'all men don't have a challenge, y'all tend to lose interest. When it's so easy and there's not a challenge, y'all tend to lose interest. What do you think, Corey?
I think that depends on the person, because you can get that a woman can do the same thing, right? So I'll say this, and I'm just looking at the comments and processing what people are saying. Some women are fine with being the seed, but they don't ever care to grow. So a man could be pouring into you and pouring into you and pouring into you, and he'll never see the fruits of that labor. You know what I mean?
I agree.
Number one. Number two, a woman, you can pour into her and she can start to sprout and she can start to grow, but she's barren and never produces fruit. So you can't eat from a tree that doesn't produce fruit. But she's okay
Ooh.
with you pouring water on her. She's okay with you tilling the ground. She's okay with
Ooh.
you making sure that the ground looks good around the roots of the tree. She's okay with you
Uh-huh.
coming and peeling the limbs back and peeling the leaves back so that she looks pretty and full,
Fruity.
but she's never producing any fruit. You know what I'm saying? She's never giving you anything to eat. Now that's 25% because she did her part. She grew. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying?
Okay.
But you're
Okay.
giving all of this energy to her and you're pouring all this into her, but you're not getting anything back from it. You know that, and so that's the point that I'm getting at when I talk about um, being equal in a relationship. I get we're not always going to be on you're 100% and I'm 100%. There's going to be some things that I carry better and do better. There's going to be some things that you carry better and you do better. But when you're just along for the ride, that's problematic to me. So I like
Mhm.
just real quick. I'll give you a quick scenario for me. There was a young lady back in the day that I was dating. Right? I probably took this young lady on several dates. You know, I want to say 100, but I don't think it was that close. But it was a lot. It was double. It was a double-digit dater.
Okay.
Right? You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? I'm thinking of things to do. I'm trying to be like, okay, let me give her something else. Oh, I know she like to do this. Let me make sure I do this. This young lady never once tried to reciprocate, and I'm not talking about taking me out to dinner, but she never invited me. Hey, you know what? Let me cook you dinner.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, let me rub your shoulders. Hey, let me just sit and listen to how your day was and not just talk about mine. You see what I'm saying? So these are the things that I'm talking
Mm.
about when I'm talking about not giving back. And then I hear some people say, I dated one young lady that said, "Oh, I'm not cooking for nobody that ain't my husband, but you want me to come over and fix your sink when it's broke."
Ooh.
Now, granted, I don't have to do that,
Yeah.
but 9 times out of 10, most men are going to do that because they're not going to let you just be out there just flailing in the wind.
Yeah.
If you call him and he be like, "Hey, I just blew my tire on I-95," guess what if he able, guess what he doing? He in the car.
He in the
You
car.
see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So for you to be like, "Oh, I'm not gonna cook for you because you're not my husband," wait a minute. You're expecting these from me, but
Mm-hmm.
you don't want to. You want to set limitations on what you give me back in return. And I see the comments popping off, so I'll
Right.
digress.
Okay. Okay. So Kevin said you can't pour into a cup with a hole in it. Repair the cup so what is being poured isn't wasted. Yep. That's pretty much what you were saying, Colin. Claudia says sometimes, even when the sun shines, the yield refuses to grow. Woo! Huh? Huh? I can totally agree, and I get where you're coming from, Colin. I get what you're saying. Initially, starting out, I personally think, and my experience has been that there's an expectation greater than what you're giving and what you're showing. And I think a lot of women get caught up in trying to keep up with the rat race of let me do this, but don't let me do too much. It's like I gotta show that I care. I gotta show that I want to reciprocate what he's given. But then when I show too much and I give too much, I get the pushback of that was easy, or she wasn't a challenge, or or you making me feel less than my experience. You making me feel less than a man because you doing XYZ. And I get and I learned and I understand now that that type of man had issues and problems and things going on that were beyond me, and that I can't come from a place of feeling bad about what I've done or what I presented because he couldn't accept that. And I don't know, ladies, how many of you have had this experience where it's like you damned if you do, you're damned if you don't.
Two questions for you.
Yeah.
The first question, were those thoughts that you were coming up in your head as you were getting ready to do these things? And the second question, the person that told you this, were they healed?
Okay, repeat the first question.
The first question is, were these thoughts that you was already telling yourself that was going to happen because of you wanting to do these things because of what's happened to you in the past? And the second question is, the person that said this to you, were they healed?
Well, the second question I can answer first, to be honest.
Okay.
I know at this point, no, they weren't healed from whatever it is. Whatever it is. The
And I
first
think
question.
that's huge. That's huge. If a person is not healed, male or female, they are not going to be able to take, you know what I'm saying, what you're giving them. They'll like,
Right.
if you ask them to water your seed, they're gonna be like, why? You should be able to do that
Right.
yourself.
Right.
Or
are you watering mine? Or are you
right,
watering
or
mine?
every time that you produce fruit, they're gonna be expecting it, looking at it, trying to find where it's bad at. You know what I'm saying? They're always gonna be looking for the bad in the situation instead of just accepting it. So a lot of times when you get that information, then you get that it's from somebody who's been hurt. And on the flip side of it, when you're already in your head about, well, if I do X, Y, and Z, they're gonna respond this way, it's because you have not healed from where you have been before. You're still looking at what John and Joe did instead of realizing what Tom can do for you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we lost you at the
Somebody
very
wrote a
end.
whole book over here.
Yeah.
No, I said you're looking at you're instead of a lot of times we look at what our past situation has done to us, and we're still holding on to that.
Right.
That we can't allow our present to become our future because we're still holding on to the past. So a lot of times, you know what I'm saying, we have to get out of our own way, right? And the young lady that I was going on all these dates with, or the one that told me she don't cook unless you her husband, they had been hurt.
Yeah.
So it's like I'm not putting myself out there just for me to put myself out there and for you to hurt me.
Right.
That's not, you know what I'm saying? Like, okay.
Yeah.
If we all did that, nobody would ever be in a relationship.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And to that point, I was getting ready to say, y'all, because all of us at some point, if we lived long enough, we've been hurt by somebody, some way, somehow. So it triggers us in certain ways when certain things happen. But the reality is, relationships come with hurt. And I'm not saying relationships should come with hurt. I'm just saying with hurt because we have been hurt somewhere down the line. That means that other person has been hurt somewhere down the line and they're going to hurt or I'm going to hurt them. But the difference in that for me that I look at it is, where are you willing to make changes and adjustments and grow from that place of giving hurt and then not being open? Just understand what I'm saying plainly is, just know when you go into a relationship, the expectation of perfection is going to kill the relationship. And you have to give that grace. You have to give that enough to say, is this a malicious act? Or is this just an act of habit or act of what used to be or act of what they think is okay and they think is right? So we can't just jump. That was just a little side note of just when you said that, it just made me think of that. Kiana, yeah, let's read Kiana's dissertation. Kiana said, yes, we get emotional, and a lot of men are not emotional. I'm sorry. Huh?
That's not what she said.
That's not what she
There's
said?
3 S's on that. There's 3 S's on that.
Oh,
Yes.
I gotta say it the way it's okay. She said
Right.
yes.
There you go.
We get emotional, and a lot of men are not emotionally intelligent, unfortunately. So, him taking another girl on a trip shows a lot about him as a man. Because if a man wants you, he will not care about a half. Instead of her crying, she should have taken herself on a trip because she loves herself to a different standard of paying half. Some women honestly just themselves to a certain standard as well. You could it could be how she was raised and also what she's been through. This is where communication comes in. Find out why she doesn't want to go half, sir. And she laughing. She laughing. Kiana, I can agree.
All right. Who wrote this?
Kiana. Kiana, my baby. Kiana, when I say Kiana is the baby of the group, Kiana is all of about 27, 28.
Is that Miss Keys?
28. No, this is we got so many Kianas that we love, right? It's so many Kianas we got on here.
If you're still listening, I'm gonna pose the question because you put it out there. Why don't you want to go half?
Did she say she didn't want to go half?
No. She said there's a communication that comes in. Find out why she doesn't want to go half. So I'm asking her to fill in the blank as a female. You know what I'm saying? To answer the question. You know that's all. So I'm not saying that she is this person. I'm just saying what happened.
I think she did.
So
she gave some perspective on it. She said it could be how she was raised and also what she's been through. She gave 2 examples of why she wouldn't want to go half, of why the with the picture, why the woman may not have wanted to go half. And I can see that.
I need just how you raised or something that you need more context. You know, see.
Okay.
Because you're a grown adult now, so now you got to make your own decisions.
Yeah, come on. We can make our own decisions, but people live what they learn. We don't necessarily and living what you learn means 2 things. It means, for one, you're living what you learn, what you've been taught, and what you're used to, so you're living that way. Or living what you learn means, because I've lived and I've learned, then I'm going to do different. So living what you learn can go 2 ways. But I'm gonna get you, Kevin. I see it. But what I think it's saying, how she was raised. So say for instance, you had a daddy that took care of everything. He took care, and you had that type of father, but you a male. So say you were a female. Say you were a girl or you had a sister, because I know it's just all boys in your house. And they watched Uncle Lucius take care of everything. He took care of the bills. He took care, and all, even though my auntie, your mama, had a master's degree, he took care of everything. And so she watched this. She watched her father. A woman raised by her dad may have a different take than a different woman raised with a single mother. That's what she's saying. And I get that point. If I have a father who, I used to tell Daryl, you're going to make charisma no good for this world. So it can go both ways. It can flip. But from this perspective, how I was raised, my father said a man is supposed to. A man is supposed to do this, and a man is supposed to do that. So now she's in this relationship with a man, and he asking her for half. That's how that thought process can go. That's how she can come.
So the reason I asked that is because that is a very great point, right? So since we're talking about my pops, when I came out the house, My dad showed me how to love a woman, and my mom showed me how a woman is supposed to receive love. Right? This is what I saw, and I saw how marriage is supposed to work. Not really understanding the dynamics of dating, you know, and how
Mm.
to
Mm.
treat women while dating. So I came out the gate trying to treat every woman I was dealing with like she was the wife. I was giving her wifey
Wow.
credentials, and she was getting wife duties, right? You know what I'm saying? Like I
Wow.
was performing like a husband, and I was still in friend stage. You know what I'm saying? So not even making it to
Which
boyfriend stage,
explains
right?
your expectation. Yeah.
Huh?
Which
Say what?
explains your expectation. That was good.
Right. Because I'm seeing all this stuff. But this is where the change comes, where I say when you become an adult, things don't always stay the same. So I was dating this one young lady. She was a lawyer. Both her parents was in the household, and well, yeah, because this happened before I went in the military. Both her parents was in the household, and she we went out to eat, and she asked me if I wanted to go out to eat. I was like, sure, we can go out to eat. Let's get it. When the meal is done, I'm pulling out my wallet because I'm ready to pay, regardless of whether or not she asks me, right? She was like, no,
Mm-hmm.
no, 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 no. I asked you. I'm taking you out on a date. That threw me. I never experienced nothing like that before. I didn't know what to do with that. So I was like, okay, what does that mean? Right? So she broke it down, and she was older than me too. She broke it down for me and said, hey, look, some women want to live in an independent space, and they want to move, in this independent space, and you can't crush that for them. So if that's what they choose, if they want to take you out and make you feel nice and make you feel good, then that is okay. You know what I'm saying? But you can ask to leave the tip and stuff like that. So I was like, okay, well I'll do the tip then. You know what I'm saying? Because I was learning something in that moment. When I got in the military, I had a female friend that we went Dutch all the time. We didn't have any romantic um things for each other. But it's like
Mm-hmm.
sometimes we would go out, I would pay the bill. Sometimes we'd go out, she paid the bill. You know what I'm saying? So we just kind
Mm-hmm.
of went back and forth and whatnot. So that's why I'm kind of saying when we become an adult, yes, we've learned things from our family and whatnot. But it's like you said, sometimes you also learn from your environment too. So that goes back to the whole thing of paying half. Honestly, this is how I feel about it. I don't think it's a big deal. I don't. You know what I'm saying? I
Mm-hmm.
think it's the partner. I think it's
Hey, Miss
between you and
LaDonna.
your partner. I think it's between you and your partner how you guys decide to do that thing. You know what I'm saying? So if y'all decide to come in and say, I make $100,000, you make $100,000, we're gonna put this thing in the pot and we're gonna make life happen together. Or if you're the type of man that's like, nah, my woman not paying for nothing. As long as your woman is okay with that, that's great.
Right.
You can't give it no woman who's like, nah, I want to have my financial freedom and I want to pay for some things too, because y'all just gonna be bumping heads all the time. Or
Right.
if you're a man who is like, no, I don't want to pay for stuff all the time. I don't want to have to be the one that's putting out money, you know what I'm saying, all the time. You can't get with a woman who wants a man to pay for everything all the time. And I think, like I said before, I think we get so caught up in the money, and it's not always about the money because taking care of everything don't mean I'm paying for everything. Taking care of everything can mean like that grass need to be cut. You know what I'm saying? This house need to be taken care of. Oh,
Yeah.
your tires need to be changed on your car. Your oil change need to be
Right.
like things I'm noticing right off the bat. Let me get this trash up out of here. Oh, you know what? You have some type of day. You know what? Hey, here's some money. Go get your nails, your hair, and all that kind of good stuff done. I'm noticing this stuff. I'm
Come
taking
on,
charge,
sir.
and I'm like, this is what needs to happen. And in this particular moment, if it comes to a trip, let's say we going to Tuscany. I think I said that right. That trip might be 10, 20, $30,000. I may not have 10, 20, $30,000. I may have 25. But we're gonna not go on the trip because you don't want to put $5,000 in. That's
Yeah.
the problem.
Right. 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 Talk that, sir. I agree. I totally agree. You have to. Mona K said, "Be grateful. She's a blessing to you." You got to have those conversations. You got to communicate, and you have to know from the beginning of things getting serious. Now, we're not talking about I ask you out on a date, a male, ask a woman out on a date, and we get to the restaurant, you talking about half. Now, that right there, don't even worry about asking me again. Don't even worry about asking me again. And we talking about half. We're talking about how the picture showed this obviously was a long-term something or something that went on. It wasn't just a surface level. This was in this thing. And this man chose to move on. Yeah.
We're assuming because some of these out here tricking
give that backdrop.
in the first date. Yeah, the first date, they ready to take you around the world. So
true.
You know.
Yeah, but let's be realistic. Realistic though. We have to be safe. We have to be realistic to understand if a take me on a trip off the rip first date. I mean, I know I'm great. I get that. I know who I am. But that's a red flag. That's a red flag. Yo, you'll toot your own horn. But that's a red flag. So let's just take the thought, everybody, that the picture is showing and saying, let me pop it up because we got some new faces that came on. Let's just say in this picture that she is seeing something, and this is an ex of hers, because we're talking about a passport. So I'm gonna go with this thought. He has moved on to someone else that obviously, based on the caption, did not have a problem with going half, did not have a problem with being a part of the team, being a team player rather. And it depends on what that team looks like to you and yours. She didn't have a problem of doing that. But the other young lady is obviously just upset. She looked angry. I'm saying there's some angry tears and not some sad tears. Those look like some angry tears to me. But when it comes down to it, y'all, whether it's male or female, Cortland made some very good, valid points. Communicate with one another and know where that is coming from. Whatever it is, if she feels like she can't pay half or she don't want to pay half and she has the ability to pay half, understand where it comes from. Don't just off the rip, because I see a lot of feedback from the men on different posts that reference things like this. And it's almost a bitter taste of, well, if she can't give to me, I'm not giving to her. If she can't do this, we need to communicate and understand where it comes from. And then on the other spectrum, ladies, we need to understand why the man even thought to ask, or why he feels like that's something appropriate for him to do, because he obviously thinks it's appropriate and it's okay to do. Because men, as well as women, have been hurt, been taken advantage of, been made to feel less than. This thing is called a relationship, because relationships require more than one. I mean, you can have a relationship with yourself, and you can talk to yourself all day. Hey, self, this is what I want. This is what I need. And self is going to be like, I got you. And everything you want, you're going to get. Self. But if you're growing into a relationship with someone else, and this topic tonight, growing into a relationship of a commitment and going into marriage, because everybody does not want that, but there are people that do. And if you want that, if you want a committed relationship, going into holy matrimony, going into marriage, and being with that other person for the rest of your life, or trying to better a situation in your life with the person that you're with already, then we have to understand that we have to communicate. And we have to know that the way you do it is not necessarily the way he does it or the way she does it. But if we communicate and we talk about it, we'll understand our differences. And then
So
you make a decision with the information you have. Uh-huh.
so I just want to ruffle some feathers real quick. So I got three little statements. So
Okay.
Miss Keys, the new Miss Keys, she said something earlier when she said we get emotional and a lot of men are not emotionally intelligent.
I knew it. I knew that's where you was going.
It's not that
Yeah.
we are not emotionally intelligent. Sometimes women can be emotionally unrealistic. Um, so I want to ruffle some feathers there. I want to ruffle some feathers here with Ms. Mona K. She said, "Be grateful. She's a blessing to you." I need more context on that. So, what are we talking about? Are we talking about in reference that she's just there and she's a blessing, or like what's the context? You know what I'm saying? And then the the statement that I want to, if I'm making $100,000 and you're making $100,000 in this day and age, because I think it's different. I think a lot of women want to date with our grandmother standards when they just didn't have the ability to go out and work, where they were solely just homemakers and that was their only option. And grandfather came in and did what grandfather does. You know what I mean? But in this day and age, women have so much more power, so much more freedom that they can get out in the workforce and move totally differently. A lot of women make more money than men, especially black men. Let's just be honest, right? So it's like if I'm making $100,000 and you're making $100,000, but I am taking care of everything and I'm paying for everything, what are you doing with your check? These are the questions that I have.
Hmm.
So
So
I just want to throw these
so
darts out there. You know what I'm saying? Because I want to spark some conversation because I want to know, and I'm pretty sure that there's people in the comment section that that want to know too. So let's start throwing these darts out there, throwing these questions because we let's get some answers, and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Because um, since we're talking about going half, right? What are you doing with your part of the money? What are you doing with the money that you make?
so let's answer one of your questions, Mona K. And that's
Okay.
what I thought she was saying because you were talking so you didn't see when it came in. But when
Right.
you
That's
were
why I was
saying,
saying let me get context to make sure
yeah,
if
because
she
when
was
you
agreeing
said
with what I was saying. Yeah.
yeah, when you said the young lady that was the attorney, she was like,
Hmm.
"No, I got it because I asked you." That's what she was saying. That was a moment of being like, "Yo, yeah, be grateful," because she, in other words, she is one of the ones that's willing to do that. She said when the lady was mentioned to be willing to pay, most women expect for men to do everything. Be grateful for the woman who is willing to cater to you in that way. In that way. Um, the first question you had, what was the first? Or do you just want to go with the third? Because we almost out of time here.
Oh, the first one was just with Miss Keys about emotionally unintelligent men.
Yeah, men being emotionally intelligent, unfortunately not emotionally intelligent. I think emotional intelligence can veer on both sides. There are women who are not emotionally intelligent. Um,
Right.
and there are men who are not emotionally intelligent. So, men emotionally intelligent. So, him taking another girl on a trip shows a lot about him as a man. And that goes up to perspective. That's what your perspective is on that part of it. So she was saying he obviously wasn't emotionally intelligent if he gonna jump and take another woman on a trip, um, because he
But we don't
couldn't get
we don't
happy.
know the time though.
Yeah, yeah,
We don't know the
that's what
time.
I'm saying. That's based. That's up to you.
Right.
That's based on that's yeah. That's based on your observation and your perspective at that moment. So that's what she was saying. That could be one thing. And your third thing was
So the third question is if I'm making 100. Okay, let's put this in the context of spouses.
okay.
Let's do that. So let's give the conversation some foundation.
Okay.
And if I'm making $100,000 and my wife is making $100,000 and I'm taking care of everything,
Mm-hmm.
bills, you know what I'm saying, anything that needs to happen, I got it, right? What are you doing with your money? Because in this day and age, it's not like I said, a lot of women want to date off grandma's rules. Grandma didn't have the option to go get a job. You know what I'm saying? Grandma only option was basically a homemaker, or she was if she was working, she was working in the position to where she really wasn't making anything, right? And it
Mm-hmm.
wasn't really a position of respect because she was usually taking care of, you know what I'm
Somebody
saying,
else's.
somebody else's stuff, right?
Yeah.
Where in this day and age, women don't have that excuse. I don't want to call it an excuse, but women have way more freedoms in this day and age. They have way more. They make more money than us. You know what I'm saying? It, because if you look at the statistics, black women most times make more money than black men do, right?
Right.
So they make more money than us, and they have more freedom to kind of get out and do what they want to. So if you get to a relationship with a man and you're expecting him to take care of everything on a financial point, but you make just as much money, if not more than him, what are you doing with your money? Like, where is your money being contributed to? So in this situation of they want to go on a trip, but she don't want to pay half, but you make just as much, if not more. Okay, what are you doing with your money though? So that's the
Well,
question.
I think the answer to that question based on the picture, just based on the picture, um, the answer was very clear. She ended up by herself. But to
Mm-hmm.
answer to answer um just in general for me, because I can only speak for me. And I would think, and sometimes for some other ladies. Um, Me personally, if I were in that type situation, that type relationship, and my man and I were equally making the some really really good money, um, to me that's a team thing. If he's taking care of everything in the household, and I can take my money, and I can take the money, that money, and don't have any real responsibilities for it, month to month, day to day, or whatever, I'm putting up for our future, because there's going to be a point in time where he's not going to be able to do all those things. Old age comes in, retirement. We want to retire. So me personally, I'm like that squirrel in that tree. I'm stacking. I'm stacking and I'm collecting and I'm putting away and I'm also doing things for him that he may not even expect. Because if he's focusing so much on taking care of everything else, 9 times out of 10, he's missing himself somewhere.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So I'm going to get. Cause we talking about when you. I mean, you put it up in the 6 digits. So if he's focusing on the household and the needs of the family and the clothing and you know what I'm saying, all of that stuff and the bills, I'm gonna make sure that brother has his wants because the needs are being taken care of.
Mm.
That's personally
Okay,
me.
so that's not the direction that I was wanting you to go in, because I was wanting you to answer it from the perspective of the woman who was making that statement. But the fact that you went that way is very good because that points out another statement. Because you're not doing half. You're at 80, 90% right with him. You see what I'm saying? Because
Right.
you're giving back in this situation. You're producing great fruit from the seed that he has poured into. And now that's a beautiful situation. And that's how it should be. That's how
Yeah.
life should be. It shouldn't
Right.
be, oh, I'm gonna take, and never give back. Right? And this is not just women, because there's men out there that take, and never give back. Like
Right.
I saw a thing online, and I guess it was a reality TV show. I'm not sure. These people were married, and the woman was saying to her husband, she was like, "It's your job to go buy me a house." And he was like,
Mm-hmm.
"Okay, but you work too. Like, we're in this
Right.
together." She's like, "No, I'm not paying anything. You're buying me a house." So he was like, "Well, I'm buying you a house." And then she corrected and say, "No, you buying us a house." Right? So to me, I'm just like, I feel like that's counterproductive. Like, if I got it, ain't no questions, right? But if I
Mm-hmm.
don't got it, and you came into the situation knowing that I did not have it,
Yeah.
then why even stress me out like that? to put me in that type of predicament to where I'm trying to rob Peter to pay Paul all the time to make you happy. I don't think that's a sustainable relationship, in my opinion.
I'm glad you use that word stress. I'm glad you use that word stress. Because when stress comes in, ladies, men talk about needing their woman to be their peace. And we're not gonna dig deep into that comment because most people are like, well, he gotta have his own peace and peace. He got his peace. We're not talking about that. We talking about that S word that Cortland just said, stress. What are you doing if we're on this side of it? And he's not requiring or looking or asking for you to pay half or whatever, or even if he's asking you, what are you doing to relieve that stress? To not be that where he's not saying, I can't even have no peace. I can't even have, because if I'm not doing XYZ, and this is not one-sided, ladies. We just not jumping down our throats, and we're not just jumping on us. But again, we're going off our foundation of this discussion and topic tonight was seeing the woman looking at the screen angrily with a tear in her eye and seeing obviously her man with another woman in a passport because she didn't want to pay half. She didn't want to pay half. If you're not in it together, you're not in it to win it. If you want to be selfish, stay by yourself. The male-female dynamic, everybody looks at it in different ways. Like Hugh said, like Kiana said, it could be how you're raised on both sides of it. But communicate with each other. Understand and know the needs of the other. Because you're not here just to take. What you gonna say, Cortland? I'm gonna let you close it out.
Yeah, I'm gonna say this one last thing, just off the whole peace thing. I saw this thing online and I sent it to you, and I thought it was so dope the way the brother broke it down. He said most men want women to be our peace, but what we don't understand is we got to be her clarity first. Because in order for a woman to be our peace, she has, huh?
I saw that.
Yeah,
one.
in order for
we gotta be.
Yeah, in order for a woman to be our peace, she's got to be in a position that she understands the clear understanding of what is going on. And I was like, say less.
Yep.
Say less.
That's beautiful.
Right?
I love it. Yep. Because if she's not clear on where she stands, sir, your peace, that's what you're looking for? Because that's our peace. Understanding where we stand, that's our peace. And then we can give you all the peace you need.
And that might be the emotional unintelligence. See, I'm just not all bad. I just be wanting to ruffle feathers. The emotional unintelligence that Miss Key was talking about, because a lot of us men don't understand that, right? Because we just be like, well, I'm showing you, I'm giving you, but we don't understand the language of that woman, that she needs to know it verbally, not just see it physically. Or, you know what I'm saying? Something else has to be translated and for her to be able to understand exactly what it is that we are trying to give to her. And that's where the emotional unintelligence can come in, because we look at things logically, or we look at things like, I'm already giving you everything. What are you talking about? And we don't try to see it from their standpoint. And I'm done, because we can go here all day.
All right, cousin. So once again, I appreciate you. I appreciate your perspective. I appreciate your experience. I appreciate your willingness to be that wonderful, wonderful husband that God has prepared you to be to that wonderful, wonderful woman. Because, sis, let me tell you, when y'all come that direction, y'all better come right, because y'all got a lot of us that's going to be like, ma'am. All right, y'all. Good night. Remember, reminder. Where is it? Where is my reminder? Remember, we are meeting together. Come on. Why is it moving slow? Every second and fourth Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The Real Life Relationship Growth family. We are here to love, to grow, to blossom, to bloom, to respect, to make this thing better. All right, Colin. Appreciate you, cousin. Good night. Good night. Good night.
Good night. It's been real.
All right, y'all. Y'all have a good night. See you guys not next Thursday, but the Thursday after, the 2nd and 4th. Send your topics. Inbox me, email me. Well, not email. Not too many people know my email address. Text me, inbox me, instant messenger, whatever, and we'll talk about these topics together. All right. Love y'all. Y'all have a great one.